Okay, we're here backstage at Laneway, or in the media area, with Rachel from Slowdive.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good, thanks.
I'm sorry I'm keeping you awake.
That's
You're
okay.
a little fuzzed out probably
I'm a little bit,
your first time in New Zealand, and it's going to be a complete blur, isn't it?
It will be, yes.
So.
It will be a blink and I miss it and think, was I really there?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like that.
Well, at least you have this to commemorate the experience.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it's interesting that you guys never made it here the first time around.
Yeah, it's a long way.
It is a long way.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing the experience of being in the band the first time around and this time is fairly different.
It is very different.
How would you?
Well, we have a much bigger audience now than we.
How did that happen?
Don't know. I thank the internet mainly. the internet.
It's amazing
God
because I
bless
mean,
it.
a lot of people that I've spoken to, the first band that they mention when they're coming to Laneway, they want to see you guys.
Oh right, okay.
You know.
Oh well, that's nice. Yeah. Yes, completely different. We're playing to much bigger audiences. Generally, you know, we generally get pretty good press.
Yeah.
And
This is all different than the first time around, isn't it?
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we did okay in North America and across Europe first time round. We did. We had a hard time in the UK press. Which is very well documented.
Yeah.
But you know, we didn't have that response in other countries. It was just in the UK.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm curious because a lot of bands that have reunions, you know, bigger bands like the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac,
Yeah.
you pretty much know why they're doing it.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
because they all love each other and need to
it.
be on stage together. But for you guys, and there are other bands from kind of your era that are doing the same thing, it seems to be for a different reason. What is it that made you feel like you needed to get back and do this again?
I think the kind of the kick-off point was being offered Primavera we were offered it in 2013. They contacted us about playing the following year, and I'd done a couple of Neil did a couple of solo shows in London towards the end of 2013, and I went up and I did some singing with him. We did actually Mojave 3 songs at that, just like an acoustic thing, and Nick and Christian came along. We just kind of talked about the idea of getting back together. Do people want to do it? Why would we do it? Would we want to do another record, or would we want to be one of those bands that just do the nostalgia heritage trail? And we all, it kind of came along at a point in everyone's lives where we were able to commit to doing it, because we've all got children who are obviously very important, and it was just kind of the right time. My son had just started school, and so things were kind of easing up for me at home on that level, and we decided that, you know, if we were going to do it, we didn't want to just do like the heritage thing, because there's a lot of bands that do that, and that's fine if that's what they want to do, but it was kind of like, as you say, it's like, what, you know, why get back together, why commit to spending all that time with this group of people that you were once with 20 years ago, and Marty, and I just think it turned into something much bigger than we were expecting, and I don't think we really knew fully what to expect from it, and we hadn't fully grasped at that point just how sort of well loved Slowdive are, really, and how well loved they, the music had become in our absence. So it was a really pleasant surprise when the penny finally dropped. When just before we went on stage at Primavera, and they lowered our backdrop, and it's probably about 20,000 people, and it's all quite raucous, you know. We were like, oh my God, that's for us. That's a bit weird. It's never happened before. And you know, I think I spent that entire gig shaking, just thinking, oh my God, I can't believe this. And we kind of, and everything just really snowballed for us. So we spent, you know, quite a long time just playing shows together and getting reacquainted, and really in a lot of ways dynamically, there's not that much difference, I think.
Right, because I spoke to Christian on the phone about a year ago, it was about a year ago, just as the album was about to be released.
Yeah.
And he said that it's just like
Yeah.
the interaction between you guys is pretty much the same as it was in 1995.
Yeah, it's probably a bit more polite than it was in '95, to be fair. Probably like each other a bit more now than we did then. But yeah, I mean, I think fundamentally, you know, there's a lot about each of us that is still the same, but obviously we have 20 years of life experiences that do change you, you know, in ways as you go along.
Yeah.
And I think we're all a bit calmer and more respectful of each other now, and we get on and we have a laugh, which is really important.
Right.
Because I wouldn't want to spend my time with people that I didn't like.
No.
Not as you get older, you kind
Certainly
of realise
not,
time is precious.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it seems like you've kind of spent just the right amount of time together, reacquainting each other, and then making the record, rather than kind of diving right into it. And this was more of a slow dive, I guess.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well,
I couldn't resist.
You had to say it.
And,
but it's true.
Yeah, but the record,
It's true, yeah.
you know, I from everything that I've heard the record and I've read a lot of responses to it.
Yeah.
It seems universally
done
loved.
all right, isn't
Like,
it? Yeah.
you know, it's done what people wanted it to do,
Yeah.
which is kind of
Thank
straddle
you.
that line between being what you were before and not
and who
being.
we are now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did you feel any kind of pressure about that when you were making the record?
We didn't. I don't think we did really, because we made the decision not to approach any record labels until it was finished. If we were going to finish it, we didn't really know. We just decided we had no time pressure, and we had no pressure from anyone outside of the five of us, which was really important, because the first time around with Slowdive, there was just pressure all over the place.
Right.
There's pressure from the label, from managers, from the press. So that was all just not there.
Right.
So it's up to us. We're the adults now. We can make decisions for ourselves, and you know, we spent our time recording it. Did it over a couple of years. We kind of had a few weekends here and there in 2015, and then it kind of accelerated in pace in the first half of 2016, where it really started to come together. And it was very much, let's just see how this goes, and if we've got a record in us, because we didn't really know. But by that point we had played enough shows together to be comfortable playing, and I think it's quite a natural process between the five of us anyway when we play together. It just comes out, doesn't it? So you can't really quantify it. I don't think. It's just one of those things. Probably the same for most bands.
Yeah. So now it's 2018.
Yep.
You guys are on the road. Does it feel like a thing that's just going to kind of has a life of its own now, and it's going to keep going, or have you guys given much thought to?
We've given it a little bit of thought. Yeah. I mean, I think we're planning this year to we do the Laneways stuff, and then we're home for a few days, and then we go out around Europe for 3 weeks to places we haven't played before, like Portugal, Spain, and Italy, and things like that. We've got festival offers coming in already, so I think we're planning on doing the festival circuit. It's kind of weird that it started in January this time for us, because you know
the weather is nice here. You got to admit.
The weather is very nice. I think we plan to do all the festival stuff, and then I think probably October, towards the end of the year, we'll probably take some time out and think about doing another record then.
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of having the time to actually be able to breathe away from it a bit to write, which is what we haven't had since this album came out. And our manager's going, oh, you know, album campaigns are 2 years. I'm like, 2 years? I've got 2 years to be playing the same record. We kind of want to get on with other stuff.
Right.
So we're kind of picking and choosing. We're at that age, you know, we'll just pick and choose what we want to do.
Right.
And that works for us and our families as well, because, you know, kids kind of have to come first, and
you
don't want to be out on the road all the time.
From time to time.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, hopefully the next time you guys come, you can do like your own show set aside. You'll have a couple of new albums in the can, because I guarantee you people will be out there ready to come and see you. So Looking forward to seeing you this afternoon. Hopefully you'll be awake. And
I will.
Yes.
I'll be really awake. I always am.
It must be a rush getting up there and still doing it.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the adrenaline just kicks in, and you go and talk. It's until when you get home and you stop, that's when you just completely crash. So yeah.
Well, you'll be on a plane then.
Yeah. 2 planes. It's a very long way.
All right. Well, thanks for taking time to talk to me. I appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Good luck with you.
Thank you.
Yeah.